In case you don't already think that I'm a weirdo, after watching this video, you will do. Promised. But maybe, just maybe, I'm onto something. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, because conspiracy theorist doesn't believe one thing, but he believes in knowing the real truth, and he tries to manipulate you and drag you onto his side. I don't do that, simply due to the fact that I don't know the truth. I don't know anything at all. Recently, I chatted with my Camino buddy Renata, and we are texting about our Camino experiences, and we ended our conversation with me texting good times, and she replied with easy life. What does that mean? Does it mean life on the Camino is easy? If that's the case, does it implicate that real life is hard? Now, how does our real life look like? We hate each other. Everybody hates each other. Women hate men, men hate women. 76 agendas hate the men. The poor hate the rich. The workers hate the unemployed. Everybody hates the refugees. You get the point. And we are fed with fear and anger, climate change, inflation, war, diseases, you name it. So, we are not only divided in groups, we are separated. Everybody's alone, and everybody is afraid and angry. And now you're on the Camino. No reason to be afraid, no reason to worry about it. And suddenly there is a community. People are not fighting against each other. People are living together. People support each other. People help each other without expecting anything in return. But isn't that how life should be? Now, everything you think you know, where's your knowledge from? In case you didn't experience it yourself, you only know that because somebody told you. In general, the media. And especially nowadays, not only that it is very hard to believe anything, now with this anti-AI bullshit, whatever you see, whatever you hear, do you believe it's the truth? Well, good luck with that. And no matter where you get your information from, TV, newspaper, left wing, right wing, middle, the end of the day, every single media outlet is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, and they decide what kind of information you get. So, show me one person who can say with all of his conscience, I know what is going on in the world and it's the truth. You don't find any. Now, I don't want you to believe that everything is a lie. I just want you to think and figure out for yourself if you want to believe it or not. And always ask yourself, whenever you hear something, why does he tell me that in this specific moment? Why does he think that it is important for me to know this? Me, myself, and I learned on the Camino and from the Camino that it's such an easy life because you have no distraction and no manipulation from outside. No bad news, just you and life. Fortunately, I could manage to take this mindset back home and implement it into my real life. I don't believe anything at all anymore. And I understood that I don't have any control over it. Either if it's war or climate change or inflation or whatever. The only guys that have control over it are the big guys. And I don't talk about our politicians. I talk about the big guys with the money. They pay our politicians. And for me, let's say, not believing in anything anymore makes me feel free. I feel like I'm not available for manipulation anymore. I don't care. I don't feel no anger. I'm not afraid. I don't worry. Just live a good life and don't worry about things I cannot change at all. And I take care for my fellow people. I support them. I help them. I am there if they need me. And I don't want anything in return. Now imagine if all or most of the people would live like that, with that mindset. If the population wouldn't believe anymore what the media is spreading. If there are no easy target anymore for manipulation, you will have a population that cannot be controlled. And imagine, just imagine, on election night, the news anchor says on TV, voter participation is at 0%. Will never happen, but that would be awesome. And I think that would be the start of a change. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to convince you about anything. I don't care what you're doing. It's like in the movie The Matrix. I can only show you the door. You have to go through it on your own. But different, like in Matrix, there won't be a giant hovercraft that will unplug you from the Matrix. You have to do it on your own. You have to unplug yourself to be free. But as I mentioned before, I don't know the truth. I'm far from it. But I'm dreaming of a society where people live for each other instead of fighting against each other. Where people support each other, help each other, and live without any fear and anger. Camino shows you that it's possible. But unfortunately, only very few pilgrims are able to transport the mindset back home and live like that. I'll tell you one thing, it's possible. Anyway, what do you think? Do I have a point? Anyway, see you next time. Next week, second interview with Sylvia. So far, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Bon Camino.